4 months on a non-leaky boat, and considering what it's made of, that may surprise some people. The crew of the plastic bottle boat Plastiki sailed through Sydney Heads today after an 8,000 nautical mile mission across the Pacific Ocean to get rid of waste. Karen Barlow reports.
12,500 plastic bottles glistened in the sun as the Plastiki slid past the whales into Sydney Harbour, under the bridge, and to its new home as an exhibit at the National Maritime Museum. Adventurer and banking heir David de Rothschild and his 6 crew members have brought an end to a 4-month voyage and a 4-year dream. It began in San Francisco, a project to create a clever catamaran out of plastic bottles to attack what Mr de Rothschild calls a dumb problem.
We've got this crazy problem with plastic in our ocean that is not abating. We've got this addiction to single-use plastics.
The Earth's oceans are large, and so is the problem. The United Nations says plastics can be found in every corner.
Still, in some places of the world, the ocean is seen as this endless toilet in which you can dump everything into it.
The UN's Environment Programme says attitudes are changing, but not fast enough.
The quantities of plastic that go every year into the ocean, 6.4 million tonnes of plastics every year. This is not an endless dustbin. And if we continue to behave like this, if we turn our oceans into a dustbin, we eventually all of us are going to pay the price.
The Plastiki crew found an ecological quagmire as they crossed the North Pacific.
When I got underneath the vessel, started to swim underneath, looking around at the bottles, and then you start to see flecks of plastic in front of your face, and you realise this is a major, major problem.
It's a subsurface mass of microscopic plastic degraded by salt and sunlight. At least 5 continent-sized layers of sludge exist on the planet.
It's reinforced the fact that we're all sea creatures and that our life is dependent on the health of the oceans, and it's really made me feel very empowered, and I want to hit the ground running into the next mission to continue to talk about the oceans through adventure.
The modern-day adventurers say Plastiki is no publicity stunt. They say people need to recycle more, rethink waste as a resource, and start an outright ban on single-use plastic items.
Right now, to the politicians who are standing there trying to win our vote, or win the vote, think about the environment. That is going to be really the most important thing that we have.
And you've been keeping a little eye on the Australian election?
I have. I've been keeping a little eye on it, and I'm going to stay out of it. I think that's probably the wise move. What I will say, though, is we've got to move past the short-term populist vote. We have to start creating legislation that actually is protecting ourselves, future generations, and allowing us to reintegrate into the web of life.
David de Rothschild says the warning signs of a sick planet are welling up under the sea. Karen Barlow, Lateline.
Some people were interested in the environmental message, and others were more interested in the satellites that he used, the Inmarsat satellite technology that he used to communicate. Because they were saying, the crew was saying 10, 15, 20 years ago, if they'd made a similar voyage, they would have left and they would have made a route map and they would have said, see you in a few months. And that's that. They wouldn't really have had any sort of communication besides radio with nearby vessels.
Yeah.
But now, hop on Skype, connect to their satellite, off you go.